here with three fantastic patients, plus one or two extra special guests, to talk about the Cancer Stories program. But let me give you a little bit of background as to what the Cancer Stories program is all about, because this is really a Leicester-based innovation that we're hoping to spread not just nationwide, but worldwide. And the idea is to capitalize on the power of peer-based experience. So new patients, newly diagnosed, who typically feel alone or uncertain about what's coming next, or they've got questions in their mind that perhaps, occur at midnight and they're not sure who to ring or who to ask. They can go online and match their condition against somebody who's had that condition in the past and get the benefit of that person's real experience. The gold standard is probably having a cancer buddy or mentor, like a one-to-one link. But as you know, that's not always possible. How would you keep that network of patients going? We'd love to develop that. That's something for the future. But as a proxy of that, we've recorded, believe it or not, 100 patient stories to video. And every patient story is personal to them, but full of inspirational tips, advice, hints, and not just great whitewash stories about brilliant outcomes, real outcomes with real people. Cancer Stories is a free-to-use program that you can all take away and either give to patients online at cancerstories.info or give to them as an app. It's actually an app on iPhone and iPad. So it's free to use, and I want you to use it as much as possible. Check it out after the conference. If you find it useful, give it out to your patients as much as you want. So this is not just theoretical. This is something for you to take away. And I wanted you to hear some of the stories that are actually a real account. So Sue, welcome.
Good evening, I'm Sue Boyden and I'm here with Cancer Stories to share my journey of cancer.
Hello, I'm Margaret Chandler and I'm here today with Cancer Stories as part of a chemotherapy course in Leicester.
Certainly. Well, my name's Liz and I was diagnosed in 2008 with myeloma, multiple myeloma, and also the added complication of amyloidosis.
I was diagnosed with grade 3 breast cancer early 2012.
I became involved in Cancer Stories about 9 months ago. I was actually diagnosed with a womb cancer in February 2013 and I had a major hysterectomy in March 2013.
I was started on treatment fairly rapidly with dexamethasone, cyclophosphamide and thalidomide.
I've had surgery, I've had chemotherapy, I've had radiotherapy, then went on to Herceptin and tamoxifen.
And I was actually eventually sent to the psycho-oncology unit at the Leicester Royal Infirmary, where I was persuaded to make a film telling my story.
But I did Cancer Stories in 2012.
Yeah, you were one of the first ones.
Yeah, one of the first ones. And it was when I was fine mentally. I wasn't in any need of the help of psycho-oncology at that point anymore. And I found it very therapeutic in the fact that I was putting my story forward for other people who were in the same situation as me and would probably benefit from it. I would have benefited from something like that when I was first diagnosed and I didn't get that help. So I realised that I was probably doing some good.
My girls have always been with me all the way through it. We've shared all the experiences, but sometimes you need other people to turn to as well. And that's when Cancer Stories stepped in.
I've found it therapeutic for myself and I've had excellent feedback from families and other people who've been diagnosed with womb cancer.
And it allows you to talk individually or as a group in a positive manner about what you've been through, how you've coped with the challenges that were put in front of you.
I will have to have further treatment at some point. Myeloma's incurable and it's every now and again I need further treatment. If need be, if I do start to get depressed, although my circumstances are different now so I might be all right, I will have the support of psycho-oncology again if I need it.
Things happen so quickly, I found emotionally it's a lot more difficult to deal with. I'd actually had my ovaries removed, so I went straight into the menopause, so I actually found I had a lot of quite severe menopausal symptoms, quite emotional, and because everything had happened so quickly, it was really a problem getting my head round, having been diagnosed with cancer, having a very major surgery, and then being told I didn't need any further treatment, and as far as medics were concerned, I was deemed cured. But I did find it psychologically, emotionally very difficult to come to terms with the diagnosis, mainly because it came completely out of the blue, and I'd lived a very active, fit, active life, and I didn't think I was at a risk for cancer.
I was diagnosed with a possible secondary cancer, and a friend of mine said to me before I went, because I was scared about the decision, whatever they tell you today will not change whether you've got it or not. So if you choose to, you can feel as happy as you do now. It feels better to be happy. Being miserable doesn't cure cancer.